Hey everybody, this has been Cynic25 here, bringing you some more Constellars. So we're actually playing some StellaKnights here. So this is pretty much all Constellars versus new Constellars. So let's see what we can get done here. I activate Tenki, get that cause, throw down Pollux. Pollux gets out cause, start making things fives. You guys know the drill. Making that Pallades for the ladies. So Pallades is out. We got two back row, and I'm just going to pass turn from there. So on his play, he's going to Night Beam off my Compulse. Going to summon Deneb. Deneb's going to grab Altier. And he's going to run in with that. Yeah, at this point, I'm like, he's running in. I'm like, he has Honest. I have to stop him immediately. So I end up actually just bouncing back the Deneb. Don't want to run into that. But I actually wasn't 100% sure, because sometimes people like to bluff that just to, I guess, burn a material off Pallades, and he actually also gets to reuse it. So even though I was pretty sure he had Honest, I'm still not 100% convinced. So you'll see that in the upcoming turns that I wasn't terribly convinced he had Honest, but he actually ended up having it. So I'm just going to run in with Pallades. He's going to chain it. I'm like, whatever, sure. So overlay with M7 and set 1, pass turn from there. From that, he's going to summon Vega. Vega's going to get Effect Valor. I'm not going to have any of that. And yeah, he's going to end turn from there. And this is where I'm like, what does he have Honest? It's like, I would think he would probably run into me, but I'm still not 100% convinced. So I'm just going to go ahead and activate M7's effect, get back calls, and just run into it. I should have been safe here. I should have Book of Mooned it just to be on the safe side, but I really want to see if he had Honest. And even if he did have Honest, I'd at least be able to burn through it. So he ended up having it. I lost my M7 there, unfortunately. Set my Book of Moon and pass. So back to him. He's going to summon Deneb. Deneb's going to go ahead and get Book of Moon, but he's unfortunately still going to get the effect. And I think he takes... I don't know what he took, but he just attacks with a Vega, ends turn. So what's happening here basically is this is a perfect example of quality versus quantity. So my opponent clearly has more card advantage than I do, but unfortunately he's not actually able to do anything with it. Like, I've already made 2 XZs and he's made none, despite the fact that he's had more cards than me. So this fight is all about, can Constellars out-control StellaKnights before they just build up too much advantage and just overwhelm me? And that's basically what this really comes down to. How long can I control him? So I draw into another cause. I'm not actually going to summon it because I recognize that I have Torrential Tribute here, and I want to see if I can get it off without actually losing my cause. So back to him. He's going to go ahead, flip over to Ned, get its effect again. Look how many cards he has in his hand. It's absolutely incredible. And he just starts running into me. I think he's actually a little afraid to overextend here, thinking... actually, I'm pretty sure he knows I have Torrential. And he doesn't want to overextend and fall into something. And I'm sitting at 2,900 right now. But he goes into Cowboy. I'm not even going to Torrential that. I want to wait for something bigger. I think he should have went into something a little bit better, honestly, than Cowboy. But I think he's more interested in just burning me at this point. But whatever. I draw into Sombre. Now this is my opportunity to really make something happen. So go ahead, summon Sombre. Banish M7. Get back Pollux. Sombre is going to bring down Cause. Cause is going to start manipulating levels. And just going to go ahead into that second Pallades. Not even going to use the effect, just going to run straight over Cowboy. Again, I'm more interested in controlling the board than burning him for more damage. He attempts to activate Call to Haunt on Honest, and I'm just not going to have any of that and just wiretap it. And yeah, it's back to him with a bunch of monsters in hand. So he's going to go ahead, summon Vega, bring down Altier. Altier is going to attempt to bring back another Vega. And he actually ends up using a... The XZ's in the Giant Hand, and I'm like, Giant Hand? Like, how is Giant Hand actually going to help you here? Because it can't get up with Pallades, and of course it stops my effect, but if he can't summon anymore, then it's not really going to help him much, because I could just run over it. So, yeah, with that, I'm just going to go ahead and use Pollux. Pollux is going to bring out calls, and I'm going to just run into it and get over Giant Hand from there. Pollux is going to get rid of Vega, Calls is going to go in for some damage, and I'm just going to overlay straight the Omega. Now, this is actually probably the most optimal field for Constellars. To have Torrential Tribute down with Omega, because Omega can just use its quick effect and protect Pallades from dying as well. So Torrential plus Omega and anything else on the field is just absolutely incredible. And this Fiend Exchange just adds the icing on the cake. So back to him. He's going to attempt to use that Forbidden Chalice to negate Pallades' effect. And with that, I'm just going to trigger Omega immediately to prevent Pallades' effect from getting negated. And he's going to attempt to make a play here. So he uses Vega. Vega's going to get out Altier. Altier is going to get out Deneb. Deneb's going to get his effect. But at this point, I'm like, no Moss, Torrential. And just get rid of the entire field. And that, he pretty much surrenders from there. So, again, this is a really good showcase of again, like I said before, quantity versus quality. Despite the fact that my opponent had significantly more card advantage than I had, Constellars just were able to out-control them and make more with the cards that I did have. So, yeah, this has been old Constellars showing up the new Constellars. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this has been, again, Cynic25 for bringing those classic Constellars. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and take care. Yeah.